afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vantage Points with my man Ocho. I am Sergeant Major Payne. So, I find that in dealing with people in general, I won't even call out names, but dealing with people in general, whenever they're struggling, the first thing they say is, oh, I this and I can't do that, or I'm not this, or they start talking down about themselves. I'm a loser, I'm a failure, I'm gonna fail. When you speak those words into existence, you might as well put them into action.
Right.
You have to be what you want to be at all times.
Right.
Especially when it gets hard. Especially when it gets hard. View yourself as that pencil, that unsharpened pencil that does not have a purpose until it's met the blade. Once it's met the blade, now you find out exactly what you are, who you are, and what you will become.
Yeah. Don't be scared of the challenge. Don't be scared of the, like you said, the blade. Right. It's intimidating. Right. And that's why I say, as long as you're moving forward, you're gonna be okay. All right. You move at your pace, not someone else's, and you grind it out until you get there. All right. You just can't take your eyes off the prize. All right. Once we start looking around and looking at other shit, you just have to stay focused on the prize and keep going forward. Doesn't matter. You get knocked down, you get back up, you keep going forward. If I got to crawl to get up, I'll crawl to get up. I will move forward if I got to bite people's ankles off. Okay? Stop accepting failure from yourself. Stop lowering the standard to yourself, because you're better than that. You are. Whether you want to accept it or not, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you, if you're listening to this right now, if you're watching this, it's because you were meant to, okay? And you got it within you, all right? Stop bitching about it. Get your ass up and move forward. It's on you. No one else can make your legs go. No one else can make you be resilient. Make that decision, like Sergeant Major said. No one else can make you face the blade other than yourself. Embrace your journey. Embrace the path. Fucking rock out, man.
There are always going to be people along the path that are set there to do multiple things. One, to help push you forward. Two, to try to pull you back or pull you down, right? Identify who those people are, okay? You probably know them right now. Who's in your life that's trying to uplift you? Who's in your life that's constantly telling you about the bad shit that's going on? That's constantly trying to pull you down, right? You know who those people are. We all have them, right? Identify who they are and what they are to you, okay? Because everything, as you're going on that pathway forward, people are set there in order to help you see that goal to fruition and help you not make it there. Okay, you identify that so you can continue your path the way you're supposed to. You understand what I'm saying? I have a number of people who've assisted me along the way, and I've had a number of people who threw obstacles in my way, and I appreciate both of them, because without the ones that were there throwing the obstacles in my way, I would not have become stronger. I would not have become faster. I would not have become smarter. I would not become more tactical, right? And without those that were there assisting me along the way, I would not learn humility or grace or thanks and gratitude, right? All those things are supremely important. What's the difference between the man or woman who became a millionaire at 20 years old and the one who became a millionaire at 80 years old? Nothing. One took longer, but one was dedicated to the course no matter what. No, but they were both dedicated to the course no matter what. Your path is not going to be the same as somebody else's.
Right.
Your timeline is not going to be the same as somebody else's.
Yeah.
Your goals are not the same as somebody else's, no matter how close you think they are.
Yeah.
Stay the course. Stop looking for somebody else to do it for you or blame them for holding you back. You thank them for trying to hold you back as you drag their ass forward.
Kicking them in the mouth.
Always saying, folks, is embrace your true self, hone those skills, become that diamond, become that useful pencil. Work towards your goals and dreams, and don't stop until you achieve them.
Yes.
And don't worry about what the other guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's not about them, it's about you.
Right. It's your path, right? It's your world. But you worried about what somebody else doing. All right. And that's a whole nother video that we could probably hit on is minding your damn business, right? But
yes.
it helps in so many facets, right? But what we're really discussing, right, is an equation that's going to equal a lot of freedom in your life, a lot of peace and self-worth, right? And you're going to be able to be successful in multiple areas of your life if you approach whatever it is that your goal is like this, okay? Because when you start being super dedicated, right, you start being prepared. When you're prepared, okay, there is so much freedom in that, right? Because there's the financial aspect of being prepared, the mental aspect, the physical aspect, okay? But whatever it is that we need preparation in, those areas are gonna get checked and filled and taken care of because we're dedicated to the path, okay? And ultimately, you're going to find that freedom that you've been longing for your whole life, whatever that is. If it's to work until you croak, right, and you want to die signing something, right? Or it's to retire and race yachts in Italy. Whatever, man. It doesn't matter what it is because to me, I think that freedom is a multi-faceted thing, right? Just because you have money doesn't make you completely free, right? If your family is all fucked up, right? Your kids aren't listening, they're getting into trouble. You and your old lady are beefing every morning before you go to work, but you have $2 million in the bank. You don't really have a lot of peace other than the fact that you can really, really, really binge shop. You know what I mean? Like to the third power, bro. Like, right. Oh man, I would fuck Amazon up if I had that much money. But anyway, no, I wouldn't. But I guess my point is that we have to start taking this dedication serious because of the results. Okay, it's the end game. I had a sergeant major that was a Green Beret tell me that through selection, the main thing to do is to envision yourself on the stage, okay, graduating with your peers, with the beret on, the whole 9 yards, and to keep that in the forefront of your mind, because that's the end state. That's my goal. Remember, we had a goal. Okay, all this dedication and all this, all this stuff that we're having to sacrifice and we're having to do for a benefit. Well, that benefit is that dream, that goal. Okay, and it allows us to work on other facets of our life because now one facet is secure, whether that be finances, peace in your home, whatever it is, right, that you're working for, physical health. Okay, boom, check. Now I'm going to the next thing because truly being free means I'm truly living my life the way I want to. I'm happy with myself, with my surroundings, with the people in my life. Like I am truly happy. Yeah. Okay. I am not financially stressed. My friends don't stress me out, right? Like I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm in that good space, that free space. And a lot of people are probably gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's because you've never experienced it. Okay? Just being free, feeling free. No expectation from somebody, something. You're free, man. Yeah. Right? Your bills are taken care of. You can fill up your tank and not blink. Right? Like these are freedoms that, at least for myself, I have not had for up until recently. You know what I'm saying? And mildly implore all of you to begin to really take your dreams and your goals seriously, right? Because if you're dreaming it, there's a reason.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think anything's coincidence. Okay, if there's a thing in your belly that says, man, I want to be an actor, I want to be a preacher, I want to be, an investor, a top YouTube dude, or whatever it is, man, right? Start grinding, man. It's there for you. It came through your little workspace for a reason, okay? But it's up to you to make the decision to start acting on it, becoming dedicated, separating yourself from your peers.
We use a lot of sports references because sports equates to life in a lot of ways. That's why we are all drawn to sports, some form of sport, because we look at it and that's a physical manifestation of life in general. Its successes, its downfalls, its struggles, its heartaches, its joys, all those things, right? So Jerry Rice, one of my favorite all-time NFL greats, he was quoted. He was asked, "Who's the most talented wide receiver to ever play in the NFL?" Right? And you would imagine him being the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
He would say himself. No, he didn't. He said Randy Moss was most likely by far the most talented receiver to ever play the game of football. Right?
It's big words.
From the greatest to ever play the position. Right? Same position. Wide receiver. Who was the greatest wide receiver to ever play football? He said Randy Moss. Right? But what makes Jerry Rice the greatest of all time? He said this: no one outworked me. I worked harder than anybody on the field. I was the first one there, the last one to leave.
Yep.
No one outworked me. If I thought somebody was getting close, I worked harder, even if I didn't have anything left. No one outworked me. That's what made me great. Not my speed, not my height, not my talent, no, my work ethic, my drive. I always outworked everyone in the room. That's what made me the greatest.
Gotta be hungry.
Talent is great. It's great to have talent.
Of course.
Talent is nothing without dedication and drive to turn it into a skill. A skill that is harder, faster, stronger, sharper than anybody else's.
Just want it more. Like when you want something more than the next guy, like you it's like another gear that you didn't know you had, right? You're just able to push yourself, and that's what I'm saying. Like Bob Marley said, you never know how strong you are until strong is all you can be, right? That's the same thing here. Like you, when there's no other option but to just grind more than this next person, right? To want it more. That's going to be the difference between that 40-yard dash. That's going to be the difference between who catches the ball over the defender, right? That really is going to be the difference, because the opposition is there to diminish your skill sets, right? Then it boils down to who wants the matchup more, right? Who's willing to do what it takes to get the ball, right? And we have to have that within ourselves.
Right? You got to want it more than anybody else. And if you don't want it more than anybody else, do not blame anyone else for your circumstances. Right? For wherever you are. Keanu Reeves said something profound. He said, I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions.
Amen.
If you choose to sit down when everybody else is running, when everybody else is gunning, everybody else is putting in the work, you have no one to blame but yourself for not standing on that podium at the end.
Mm-hmm. You're right. So as we elevate in life, we're gonna plateau at times, right? And when we plateau, you're gonna see those that are on that same playing field, right? Along those same lines. And you have to understand that these are just mile markers. Yeah, damn, I'm here, right? There was a saying that you shoot for the moon, and even if you hit the stars, look how far you came, right? The only difference that I'm trying to say is that you can get to the moon, okay? You really can. You can't settle for the stars. We settle too often in life. We get to a certain place, we plateau, we say, oh,
I'm good.
you know, he's here.
Yeah, he's
alright. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Right? When you could be up here. You could be at GOAT status, Michael Jordan status, Barry Bonds status. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you like. Ariana Grande. Boys to Men, ABC, BBD. Anyway, hey, when he talked to you about Keanu Reeves, I relate a lot to that. My mom was a drug addict. She OD'd and passed away when I was a young man. I've been to jail. I had to join the army to give myself the foot in the ass and the opportunities I needed to break the cycles of what I was already in, okay? I could have easily settled for the same life my mother chose, the same life that those around me chose. However, I chose to step out of that. That one step into the military took me way outside of this, okay? Allowed me to find myself, believe in myself, decide what I wanted, not what someone else wanted. Hear me. Not what your mom wants, not what your dad wants, not your sister, your cousin, your brother, your baby mama, right? What do you want? This is your happiness. At the end of the day, when you check out by yourself, brother, sister, okay? So, that being said, you take those steps forward, and a lot of them will just sling you into a great place, a better place. I'm not saying that you're not going to have trials there, but now you're making the steps. I got hit in 2018. I could have easily said, I'm not going to ride again. I got this big ass gash on my leg. Man almost took my life. Then I get hit in 2020. And this man technically killed me twice. I could have said, you know what? Life sucks. I must have horrible luck. Fuck this. I mean, and there was depressing days when you can't, barely wipe your own ass, and you can't, move and get the things that you want and do the things that you want and have those freedoms that I took for granted, right? They were gone, man. They were gone. And I could have chose to say, woe is me, sit my ass down and say, fuck it. Instead, I worked my ass off. They told me 18 months before I would have the surgery I just had. It has not even been a year. June will be a year. Not only did I beat the 18-year timeline, but I got the surgery they said I wouldn't be able to get until 18 months early. Why? Because I want it. They said that it would take me 3 months after this last surgery, to basically be okay. It's been 6 weeks. 7 weeks, something like that, right? 7?
Yeah, it was March 17th.
Something like that, yeah, something. Yeah. Right? But what I'm saying is I walk with no help. No crutches, no cane, no nada. What I'm saying is, was it easy? Fuck no. Should I have to be here in life? Technically, no, but this was the cards that were dealt to me, and I can either play or fold, and I refuse to fucking fold. I refuse. It doesn't matter. He knows a lot of the stuff I went through in the military. I could have easily folded. I could have easily said, and there were times where I wanted to. I probably did. I folded at times. But then I came back, grabbed my card, sat my ass back down, and said, no, fuck that. I'm not going to quit. I'm not. That is the difference between what you want and where you'll end up. Okay? You can either have this or you can have what everybody else get. It's up to you.
Take responsibility for yourself, for your own actions, what you do, what you believe, what you say, how you carry yourself, right? It's nobody else's responsibility. Your life is no one else's responsibility but your own, all right? It's not your mom's, it's not your dad's, it's not your brother, your sister, your wife, your girlfriend, your husband, your children, yours, okay? The decisions that you make will affect all those around you. Make better decisions, fight harder, move forward. No more steps back.
Stay dangerous.
Stay ready.